Alitu is designed with one thing in mind, and that's to offer the clearest path to sharing your voice and making an impact on the world, all while making no compromise over control and creativity. Whether that's making one person laugh or lifting an entire community, we want to offer you the help you need to achieve your purpose. We're applying this to every part of the process, from recording to editing to publishing, creating an all-in-one tool that's far greater than the sum of its parts. Not only that, but that sum allows us to do so much more in future. By linking recording and editing, then editing and publishing, we can add all the clarity, control, and creativity you'll ever need, all while cutting the time and the stress it takes to get your voice out. Before we tackle the entire podcasting workflow, there's nowhere the problem's more acute than that insidious little task right in the middle. That's the edit. After all, unlike most tools, that's where we started. Alitu was built originally on pleas from our readers. What the heck is a DAW? That interface looks like an airplane cockpit. I have no idea what's going on. Our community's been using tools built for audio engineers since the early days. So many bells and whistles and layers that have no relevance to 99% of podcasters. It's all time, it's all stress, and on things that aren't actually related to our goal, which is making an impact. So we solved the editing problem first, untying the audio engineering knots to help you craft your message every week. That meant stripping the traditional DAW back, merciless in our minimalism, before building back on top of that foundation. The result was the clearest, cleanest podcast first editor on the planet. Next though, you wanted that power and that polish back, those things that are often missing from simple podcasting tools. So we took the clean and clear approach to this too. What can we automate to make you sound like a superstar without you even having to think? Automated audio cleanup was first. Then branding and polish. No audio engineering tools, just a couple of simple options. And then you have music, transitions, and crystal clear audio. Power, check. Polish, check. So that brings us to the third pillar. That's creative control. That undefinable difference in podcasts that stand out. Those with purpose. Those that care. This is so often missing from easy podcasting pathways. But simplifying your workflow and your tools shouldn't mean minimizing the creativity and the control you have over your content. So you can visualize the big picture in our episode builder and then take care of the details in our audio editor. It's a powerful combination, editing and production built all over again for the way that we make podcasts. Now that all molds into an editor that finally feels like home. Clear and simple, but without those limits that you're used to. But what about the rest, going beyond editing? We didn't tackle that until later, until our podcasters were delighted with that editing. At that point, the barriers, the time swamps, they were all about integration, about task switching and lugging your files from place to place. So we built solo recording, call recording, and now podcast hosting. There's real power in a single unified place for one task, start to finish. One place for the whole process, automating the drudge from file conversions to download, upload, to simply forgetting where the heck you put that damn file. Instead, stay in one place, designed for efficiency and creativity, rather than jump from tool to tool to tool, not to mention the cost of all of them. On publishing, for example, there's so many tasks, from show notes to video snippets. They all contribute to your purpose, aiding your audience, reaching more of them, but they feel like a morass, getting in the way of making your message public. Well, our transcriptions can save hours on those show notes, and our video export serves as a base to reach more. But that's just the start. We've built our rock-solid foundation, an all-in-one home for your podcast. But that basis, bringing them together, gives us even more power to explore the links between recording and editing and publishing. You'll be able to have a greater impact on your listeners, creating better content in less time, and helping them get way more from it. For example, often the best place to edit or at least prepare to, is during recording. So having both recording and editing under one roof allows us to create tools that you use during recording to save those interminable minutes in editing. That's coming in the near future. Next, on publishing, we're so well placed to help you benefit from those underused but really high impact listener features. Our future roadmap includes chapter markers, easily inserted during editing, to allow the listeners to navigate your content and re-listen to their favourite parts. Also, show notes that include timecodes for tools or resources mentioned. Next, video highlight clips, marked during recording and created in just a few clicks during your normal edit process. No extra tools and very little time. That is a clear path to impact. This is why we created Alitu. It's a clear, creative home for sculpting your message and making that impact, where clarity meets quality meets control, where you can give your voice the attention it deserves and make that change you want to see in the world.